I have this theory that I evolved about an hour ago during an interview, shortly before a suspiciously good lunch, that there is a Singaporean snack called stuffed author, and that it is produced by taking a visiting author and feeding them good things until they can eat no more, and then cutting them up into delicious little slices and serving them to the people of Singapore. And that this explains why, from the moment I arrive in Singapore until the moment I leave, people just come up to me and say, "Here, eat it." I go, "What is it?" And they say, "Don't worry, just eat it." And they say, "It's not the best thing you've ever eaten because you haven't had this yet." And I'm completely sure that if you said to the people, "And what is the very best thing you could possibly eat?" They go, "Ah, yes, stuffed author." But we have to have a nice English author who has spent a lot of time in America and gets to be about 50, and come in really, really well fed, and then we make them into little pink packages.
You have worked on so many different media, comics, novels, TV, movies, and then of course there are crossovers, right? Never from TV to novel to comics, signal to noise, from comics to radio, play, and of course Caroline from novel to animation. So the question I ask is about form, right? Are there some stories that you feel can only be told best in a particular medium, or do you think that a good story can be translated across medium?
I think as long as the word is translate and not transliterate, you always have a chance. I think you can definitely always, not always, but I think you're in there with a chance at saying, here is a story, perhaps we can make a film out of it. Here is a poem, perhaps we could make an illustrated book out of it. But Sandman is a 2,500 page comic. That's what Sandman is. That's what I made. Could you put it on the stage? Sure you could. I would love to sit in an audience and see a Sandman play. I can absolutely imagine somebody doing the kind of thing they did with Peter Brook's Mahabharata, where you know, it lasts 8 hours a day for 3 days. If you watch the whole of Sandman, that would be amazing. That would be wonderful. It would be awesome. But the thing that I made is the comic. The most awesome mystical experience I've ever had. You have been denied this experience. So that's really, and that was really the start of the whole meeting. We had these highs. Just for a joke, our first year we entered our honey into the county fair under Lorraine's name, and it probably got a blue ribbon. So this year we thought that must have been coincidence. So this year we entered honey and a comb into the county fair and got the blue ribbon again. The blue ribbon is like number one. And I don't know what it says about me, but I was, in terms of awards this year, Newbery Medal was probably the most thrilling to get. Hugo was the next. Then comes Blue Ribbon for Honey. And then comes like a dozen other literary awards. So, you know, yesterday I learned that Fragile Things had just won the leading French, as the translation is, Les Choses Fragiles. The leading French book in translation, short stories. I won the prize Utopia, Blue Ribbon Honey. Yeah, lots of pictures of me looking like I'm in a hazmat suit.
Okay, let's get down to you guys. I'll try to get questions from this side, and of course, not to neglect the upper level, but you need to wave frantically.
We probably need the house lights up just a bit, because right now you are a sea of blackness, illuminated only by occasional flash photography. Oh my God, there's a lot of you.
Okay, we will have one over there. Is it possible to get the mic?
Who is the mic runner? Where are we? Okay, so if people have questions, head over to where the mic is, and start drifting that way, and we'll try to figure out how to do something. God, the people all the way up there, fighting gravity. Hello? I didn't even know you existed.
Am I down here?
I'm sorry. Right.
Okay, afternoon, Neil. Okay, my name is Aloysius. That's Aloysius for the Welsh pronunciation. Okay. About a year or two ago, there was a TV show. A debate went on about the role of blogging and whether it was superseding journalism as a form of communicating news. Having been in journalism and now as a prolific blogger, what's your take on that?
I think blogging is something else. And I think it would be a very, very bad thing if newspapers died and news gathering was replaced by blogging, because at the end of the day, most blogging is commentary. Blogging is those things that you get in newspapers where, you know, somebody gets to write about the interesting thing that they did that day, or pontificate about what the government is doing. But very, very little blogging is somebody actually going down and being there in person and coming back and saying, this is what happened. You couldn't get the kind of, you know, there are places that news gathering has changed the world. Probably the biggest and most obvious of those would be the downfall of Richard M. Nixon. You know, the story as recounted in All the President's Men, where Woodward and Bernstein, investigating a tiny little burglary at the Watergate Hotel, suddenly kept following the thing for 8 months and pulling strings and brought down the presidency. I don't see any bloggers who have